right. Today we're talking about dirty Cokes.
The family fudge, the family fudge. They are mostly sweet but full of nuts.
Today is a very cold and gray day. I am feeling like I need something to put a little pep in my step. I'm at that part of the day where I still have several hours until bedtime, but it's kind of dragging on. So I'm going to share with you what I like to do to put a little pep in my step. That's right. Today we're talking about dirty Cokes. Now, I'm a type of person that normally refrains from alcohol and coffee. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong if you like those sort of things. To each their own, right? I'm not going to judge, because I'm sure there's plenty of people that are going to say that my option is just as bad, and it kind of is, but oh well. So, dirty Cokes. If you have been around on my channel for a while, you've probably heard me talk about it. If you are a subscriber over at She's in Her Apron, you've probably heard Kimmy talk about it quite a lot recently. And I had a lot of questions. Oh, I get a lot of questions every time I talk about it, and I know she does as well. So today I'm going to kind of give you some backstory of why people drink dirty Cokes, what is a dirty Coke, and how you're supposed to make one, and how I make one. And so yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. Come along with me. Okay guys, so I just got home from the store. I ran to Walmart really quick so I could pick up the things that I needed to show you how to make one of my favorite treats. So, dirty Cokes. Before I show you how I make my version, I'm going to give you a little bit of a backstory. A dirty Coke is basically a mocktail. Think of the drink Shirley Temple. If you know what that is, it's basically soda and juice together. And that's basically what a dirty Coke is, except we're using Coke and coconut flavoring and lime juice. So yes, we're going to be using soda today. There is no alcohol in this drink at all. So if you're from Utah, then you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. But in other parts of the country and the world, you say dirty Coke and people get confused. So now don't quote me on this because I'm not an expert. But I believe that the dirty Coke originated in southern Utah and has quickly become really popular throughout the state. You can pretty much order a dirty Coke no matter what restaurant you go to. You can even find them at gas stations. And in Utah, they have little shops where all they sell are dirty Cokes and different versions of flavored sodas. It's definitely a unique thing that is kind of cool in Utah. So yes, traditionally people order this as a Diet Coke. You would order a Diet Coke with coconut flavoring and fresh lime juice, and some people prefer to add cream to theirs. You can have cream or no cream. I'm talking like coffee creamer. Cream. So the type of coconut flavoring that people normally use in Utah would be the Torini, I think you pronounce it Torini brand, and that's the kind of flavoring that people normally use for things like coffees and Italian sodas and things like that. In my area, I have a really hard time finding the coconut flavored syrup. If you can't find the syrup and you have a Sonic drive-in, like the fast food place close to you, you could order a version of a dirty Coke there. Honestly, I think my version is just as good, if not better. So let me show you how to make it. Okay, so what you're gonna need to make my version of a dirty Coke is, number one, a can of Coke. Now I like to use a can of Coke because it kind of forces moderation, but if you have a 2-liter, that's totally fine. This can is 12 ounces. And here is how I get the coconut flavoring in my dirty Coke. I use coconut flavored creamer. Now, like I said, some people like cream in their dirty Coke and some people they don't, and that's totally fine. Then we have a lot of lime juice. I love extra lime in my dirty Cokes. The more, the better. So the interesting part about this drink is that you have the sweet soda and the sweet coconut flavoring, but then you have the really sour lime juice, and it kind of balances all the sweetness, and it is refreshing and tropical and is so yummy. All right, I will show you how to build one. I have a nice 32-ounce jar here, beautiful Pioneer Woman jar, and I have it half filled with ice. And the next thing I'm gonna wanna do is juice my lime. I'm gonna be using the juice of 1 whole lime because I love lime juice in this. Lots of lime juice. And one of these limes is about 1/4 cup of juice. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour that in there. Okay, next comes the coconut creamer. Now I'm gonna be adding a tablespoon of this. Now if my husband was making it, he would probably use 2 tablespoons. It all depends on how much coconut flavor you like and how sweet you like it. There's 1 tablespoon of coconut creamer. All right, and then comes the Coke. I have to tell you, as I was bringing in the sodas, my son Jackson, who's 5 years old, dropped one of these cans, and I don't know which one, so I'm hoping that it's not this one. Let's see. Yay, it didn't explode. Okay, so now I'm gonna pour the whole thing in there. Now I just stir it around. Get that all stirred up. All right, now you can see that there are little chunks floating around in there, and that is the coconut cream. When it mixes with the lime juice, it curdles a little bit. So it does look a little chunky, maybe a little bit gross, but let me tell you, it doesn't matter. It still tastes really good. Now I haven't been on many tropical vacations, but I imagine that they might taste like this. All right, guys, I hope that answers any questions you might have had about what a dirty Coke is and what goes in it and all that stuff. So, just as a little side note, the first time I tried to make this at home, I tried using this, and this is cream of coconut. This is not what you want. This is the coconut cream you want. This one, not this one. FYI. Or if you can find the Tarini, definitely try that too. Ooh, one more thing. I did want to say that sometimes in Utah, they will use other sodas than Cokes. You don't have to use Diet Coke. You could use regular Coke. Sometimes they use Dr. Pepper or Mountain Dew or Sprite, any soda you want, and then you can add any juice you want. If you don't like lime juice, try raspberry or pomegranate or a different kind of juice. You can use any of those. Thanks for joining me today. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.